up. Dominik Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, something that has been building
his favorite feud,
a long time. And Brian called it. The only way that match could happen is if his wife got involved. Brian was right.
To a T.
It happened. It finally happened.
To the T.
And we're finally getting this feud happening. And of course, Dominik and upping the hatred for him. If saying that he wished Eddie was his father and all this other stuff. And it's like, if there's one thing that Dominik has done right, it's been able to generate like X-Pac heat, right? Like terrible heat. Like people actually really just don't like him. People really just don't like him. And it's like how like far they push the envelope on this one. Of course, his family's doing a great part, coming in, helping out, pushing this storyline where it really needed to go to make it impactful, to make it something happen. I went with Rey Mysterio because I'm like, I think this is Rey Mysterio's last hurrah. I think they're trying to give him a send-off, especially with the Hall of Fame induction and pushing it, especially sending him off the right way. You got a WrestleMania victory over your son. But a part of me is like, Dominik kind of needs to win this one because of the stakes of Rey Mysterio is going into the Hall of Fame. That pretty much ends his career, right? Like, he's at that stage where it's like, how many more matches do you really have unless it's not a special match? You got this run with your son. I can see him putting his son over and basically creating Dominik Mysterio, cementing his heel run and giving him some traction to go forward. But I'm going to play it safe, and I went with Rey Mysterio.
Tell Ric Flair that about going into the Hall of Fame.
Isn't he like in like 2 Hall of Fames and still trying to?
I didn't get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Apparently, he's considering having another match now.
Of course,
I think Charlotte Flair said like she's like I think Charlotte already came out and said that's not a good idea. I think she's already been against it like heavy.
Yeah.
So.
Rick, sit down somewhere, man. But going into this match, so I did see a report that Rey Mysterio stated that even though he's going into the Hall of Fame, this isn't a sign that like this year he's going to retire or anything. I think he said that the magic number was like 50 for retirement. So I think he's like 46, 47 now.
Oh, okay.
And I actually think Dominik is going to win this match because Daniel, like you stated, Rey going into the Hall of Fame. He just win or lose, he just wanted to have this match with his son and to be going into the Hall of Fame and then wrestling your son a couple nights later. I don't think that Rey necessarily needs to win. I don't even think he wants to win. I think he wants his son to beat him. Matter of fact, the way this feud is going, every time they match up, Dominik is probably just going to beat him because I don't think Rey can see himself going over. That's how I think it's going to go. What happened this past Friday with Rey's wife getting involved. I thought I was gonna get physical, but then I stopped and I thought about it. Yelling at your own mother, telling her to shut up. We're standing right there as Lewis as parents. Our kids do something like that. Exactly.
I feel like that every day.
But
a slap to the face, I'm like, if I had to.
But I'm definitely gonna go Dominik.
All right.
I'm gonna go Rey, and the only reason I think I'm gonna go Rey. Yes, Dominik could use the win, but I think with all the, he's gotten so much heat like constantly every week, and then finally this is where Rey is like, fine, like, no, screw that, like you hit my breaking point, I'm gonna kick your ass now. And then with the Hall of Fame, I think like it's time for him to get the win over this whole thing, because it's just, but at the same time, I don't know, for me it's like if Rey wins, Dominik loses his steam. But then if Dominik wins, it's like, okay, you beat up your dad.
Where do you go?
That's what he wants.
I know.
No, but I mean, there's two ways I was looking at it, because I'm like, if Rey Mysterio wins, Dominik can continue his heel character, right? Like he can continue being an asshole. He can continue being like, oh, my father got the one up on me, but that's not everything. You know what I mean? He can start playing that again and keep trying to just be like, maybe that pushes him in a different direction going forward. Like he's still a heel, but he's like trying to prove himself now even more.
Yeah.
More than just to his dad, more to the like being on that type of level, because he does have wrestling experience. He's not bad in the ring. He gets over in the ring, and to have that much heat, this is something that can just carry itself. He can still antagonize his father or whatever the case may be. He can still try to heal it up. Like it's not. I don't think it's just instantly just gonna go away. So that's how I'm like, I can see.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm sure Ray wants to put his son over, but it's just like he's getting inducted. Yep. You're really gonna have him lose at WrestleMania, but I just still see it's more logical for Ray to win.
Yeah, and I mentioned this last week about the Hall of Fame. I know they're not going to do this because this is Triple H in charge of creative, but I swear when Ray gives his speech, we better not be seeing Dominik in the crowd like all that heel work that we just see. And he's clapping it, like actually acting like how he feels towards his father. There has to be an angle at the Hall of Fame. Like Ray gives his Dominik attacks him from behind. I just feel like they're going to go in that direction.
I feel like that is going to happen. Something tells me that he's going to get through the whole speech because they're going to induct him, send off, and then out of the very last thing, Dominik comes out and like hits him in the back of the head, and then it just ends there. I feel like that's the way to
something has to happen.
It makes sense for them to do that. Like, yeah.
I mean, it is the Hall of Fame. They can have them chase Dominik out the arena into a car or something like that,
or just separate him, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, play the angle. Play the angle. You got all those wrestlers to stop at security. I can see that blowing up and pushing this feud even further. The hype package is going to get crazy.